Hello. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Sharon. Or Sam, whoever you want to be today. All right. These should be pretty easy to put together. And it's a good thing I got the supplies ahead of time because they are all out of these paper packs. So if you want, they do still, they are still selling the scrapbooking kit. I don't know how many they still have. So if you wanted some more paper, that's the way to get them. The kit makes different scrapbooking pages than these. So I guess that's your option at this point. So we're going to putting this one together first. The background of the ivy paper. And 3 inches. I'm just measuring, getting the proper measurement. Okay, so we're actually gonna, it might look like we'd put this big piece on first, but we're gonna put the smaller pieces on first. So we've got everything should be together for you except your stickers, and yours are all in one sheet. I cut mine apart because I was just trying to figure out placements, but you don't need to do that. So you should have your 12 by 12 paper, and you'll have 2 of each of these, or double of each of these things. So you'll have 2 of the 12 by 12. You'll have a 10 by 10. It's the light. I use the lighter side. Although there's really not much of a difference. You're going to have actually 4 of these pieces of glitter paper, and this is the Harbor glitter paper. It's one of the new colors. It's a blue-green. And you're going to have 2 of these little, well, you'll actually have 4 of these little red pieces with the little white holly berries on them. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the glitter paper. Now, I'm doing that because if it's a little wider, this will cover it up. If you put it on the other way and it's a little wider and it overhangs, then you can just trim it. It's kind of personal preference. How's the weather in Alabama today, Sharon? It's very nice up here. It's been a great weekend, weather-wise. All right, so I'm going to put these up 3 inches from the bottom. And I'm going to line it up with the edge of the background paper. And put one on that side and one on the right side. Good. I'm glad it's a nice day down there too. Okay, so now we're going to put on these little red strips, and I'm just putting 1 strip of adhesive on each. And we're going to put them again against the edge of the page and right on top of that piece of glitter. And you'll notice mine is a little longer. That's what I was talking about when I put this on top. It's going to cover that up. But if you wanted to, you can line it up this way and then it's hanging over the edge, and then you just with scissors. I gave you a little extra length on these because, you know, because it's better to have have it be a little longer, and then you can trim it off than to be short. Okay, so, whoops. See, don't put the paper you're putting adhesive on over your good paper. Because I drove crooked. But I don't have a whole lot of room here. Okay, so this is 10 by 10 and this is 12 by 12. So you have a 1-inch border all the way around. And you can measure that if you want. But if you're good at eyeballing, you can just put it down. And then we're going to put our photo mats on. And these are, I should have just sent you printer paper photo mats because they're temporary. They're designed to come off when you put your pictures on. It's just kind of a placeholder. If you don't feel the need to put the placeholders, you notice that my paper, you got nice white clean paper. I just use scrap paper. And this is repositionable glue. So if you don't want to put them on, you don't have to put them on. It also gives you the flexibility if your pictures were different sizes. You can put in what you want. And I'm putting these upside down so the glue isn't touching yet because I want to see my spacing. And I'm coming down about 7/8 really of an inch from these solid background paper. And you're about 3/8 of an inch in. And again, it's not as super critical to get these in the exact right spot since you will be removing them when the pictures go on. If you're somebody who really likes the photo mat look with behind your pictures, you could replace these with a solid white cardstock and attach them permanently, and then you would have to this is a 4x6, so your 4x6 picture would go here. If you put a 4x6 piece of cardstock, you would have to trim your picture down to 3 1/4 by 5 and 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then you would have your 1/8 inch border around. So it depends what kind of look you like. So this is for 3x4 if you want to write them down. All right, I just put the glue. The other side was messy too, so I put the glue on this side. So ignore the print. It's not really supposed to be there. And you're about 1/2 inch down from this photo mat and about 1/2 inch in from the side. That's the trouble with the temporary. I try not to put a whole lot of glue on it so it doesn't get too sticky, but then sometimes it doesn't stick well enough. Okay. And then this one I'm going to put this way. You know what? I don't like that. I like a more even symmetrical spacing. So I'm going to line up this edge and make this spacing similar to this spacing. Again, when you put your permanent pictures down, that'll be more important. But this is 4x6 or 6x4 actually, and these are 3x4, these three. So if you wanted to write that on your notes, so you have that. So you don't have to measure them in the future. Now I'm just going to put this aside for now, and I'm going to do the other page first before I put the stickers down. And we're going to make the background the exact same way. This pack had such cute stickers with all the deer and holly. Okay, so we've got the same pieces. And again, I'm going to start with my glitter paper. And I'm going to go ahead and put the adhesive on both pieces. Sorry, I just realized that I didn't actually turn off the volume on my computer, and luckily no noises have been made yet, but just in case something comes through, I'm going to turn that off. All right, so again, we're going to work, place these 3 inches from the bottom. 1 on each edge of the paper. And then we're going to put our 2 little red strips right above them. And then we'll put our solid on top of that. I just want to make sure I'm putting the same color down. I don't understand why this one, it is the lighter one, the lighter side, but it's so similar. You almost can't tell that there's 2 different sides to the paper. Whoops. And surprise, surprise, I'm out of adhesive again. I swear it does it on purpose to me whenever I have a class. Well, that's very fancy, Kathy. I mean, from now on, I'm going to tell all my students they better coordinate with their project of the day. It's such a great color. Okay. And then again, this gets centered on the page or 1 inch from each edge. And then we're going to put our photo mats on. And I got this one about 1/2 inch from the top and 3/4 of an inch from the left of the solid. This is a 4x6. And then we've got 3 2 3/4 inch squares. And what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm about a half an inch from the bottom. And I'm kind of placing it in the center. That's not quite center. It's a little to the right. See? But if I don't stick it down, it's removable anyway. You could use removable tape or the glue stick. So I'm just kind of placing them. You can measure, but there we go. Whoops. If you put this glue only in the center, make sure when you put pressure down on it, you actually press the center of the paper. Okay. So there you go. I put it, I centered this one and then placed the other two. Well, I suppose the red might coordinate with, we've only got a little bit of red on this page, but I suppose the red might be acceptable. The houndstooth doesn't really go with the holly, though, I don't think. I was just, you were probably on your phone call, Kathy, but I was saying that the paper pack is out of stock. The only way you can get it right now is to buy the scrapbooking workshop. So you get the paper pack and then you get a bunch of other stuff with it as well. And it gives you directions to make more scrapbooking pages if that was your intention. So it was obviously very popular for good reason. And I'm glad I got it early. So now we're going to put our stickers on. Yeah, black market item. Yep. So I'm going to use this big May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. And Kathy, if you missed it, I said that these stickers, I cut them apart because I was trying to figure out placement, but obviously you don't have to cut them apart if you're just taking them off your sticker sheet and placing them on your layouts. I'm going to place this one to the right. It overhangs the solid paper, the solid cardstock, just a little bit. And it, if you see this invisible line through here of the red, it hangs over that as well. See, it's a little lower than the red strip and a little bit over onto the background paper. Now, if you wanted to wait until your pictures were on to put your stickers on, that's fine too. If you want, let me know. And after we're done here, I'll take a picture of the layouts and send it to you. If you want to hold on to it and put your stickers on afterward. So we've got our little leaping deer there in the corner. And then we've got this little arrow journaling spot up here. Again, overlapping the glitter paper above the 3 smaller photo spots. And got some holly branches or holly leaves and berries. And another one. Oh, again, overlapping the first sticker. I'm just gonna take my bone folder and burnish them down so they stick. These stickers stick really good, but just to make sure. And I think that's all I put on that page. And on this one am I? Let me see. Yeah, it'll fit. I just wanted to make sure you don't, sometimes we'll overlap the photo mats, but you don't want to do that before the photos are on them. But you have room to put this big deer and not place it over your photo mat. Otherwise, you'd want to cut it out like I did and just leave it until after your photo was there. And we've got our little round sticker that says candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. I'm going to put it up here. And another little holly leaf. And I think these other ones come with another, go with another layout. All right, so that's it for that layout, those 2 pages. Okay, yep, I'll send you pictures. Normally I have them done ahead of time, but I didn't make a set. I only laid them out to see what they would look like. You guys all set with this one? I'm missing another one of my tools, and I think somebody's on a mission to drive me crazy because I can't find it. Either that or my mother stole it when she was packing up her stuff. I have no idea where it went, though, and I can't remember the last time I saw it. And I haven't done a lot of crafting except for layouts since I was on vacation. So I don't know. I'm so confused. All right, I'm going to go on to the next set. Oops. All right, so the next set has this deer paper, and you'll have a white cardstock piece that's going to be our backing. Was it a pen? No, if it was a pencil, I'd totally blame Kathy. But it's one of my big bone folders. It looks like this. It's almost this big, but it's a little smaller. And I actually liked it better because it was a little smaller. And so you see, it's rather large. So for it to disappear, and I always keep it right on my desk. And I could have brought it to the retreat with me, but it's not in my that bag, my tool bag. So I don't know. It's old age, apparently. Okay. So move this aside. I'm going to move all these pieces off of it so we can put this together. All right, so kind of got a jigsaw puzzle here. So I'm going to put this. I love my pencils, Kathy. Okay, so this is the same paper back in front. This this is sage. With this white print on it, or the holly leaves like we just used. So the piece in the top right corner, you're going to put the adhesive on the holly side. So the sage side is sticking up. And if you look at it, you would think this paper doesn't matter which side is up, but all the bows are facing the same direction, and the jingle bells are kind of upright too. So I'm actually saying this is the top of the page, and now I've turned it, but I'm going to put it in the top right corner of my piece of white cardstock right there. And this white cardstock is not close to my heart paper. It is cheap white cardstock, which I would not normally use, like if any of the background was showing, but since none of the background is showing, it's a lighter weight, so it doesn't make it quite as heavy as the Close to My Heart cardstock would. So that's what I kind of use that as a background, because really I just needed a 12 by 12 base. And I'm putting the holly down in the bottom right corner. The other thing sometimes I'll use as a base, if you want to know a trick, is if I have a piece of, not this beautiful paper, but if I have a paper pack and there's an ugly piece in it that I'm not going to use and I need a base, I will use it as the base, because you might as well use it, and it's lighter weight. So, because you've got 2 layers here plus everything you put on top of it. So, having a lighter weight is nice sometimes. Whoops. All right, might as well use our supplies, right? So I'm going to put this deer paper all the way to the left here. And now this paper is obviously not quite 12 by 12, as often paper is, so I'm going to just trim this. Once you put it in your album, in the pages, you won't notice if it's exactly 12 by 12 or a 1/16 of an inch short. PLM. Okay, so now we've got a piece of a zip strip here. And I'm going to put that right between these 2 pieces. And I really should have put this piece before the deer because it's overlapping. Now, what I'm going to do is put it this way, and it overhangs the side a little bit, and I'm going to trim that. But it actually doesn't matter for this page because we're going to put a photo mat right over it. So if it overhangs on that side, oh, and it's so minimal, it doesn't matter. It will not show. Oh, you know what? You'll know it's 1/8 of an inch short while you're making the page, but don't worry, wait 20 minutes and you won't remember anymore. At least I won't remember. Okay, so these are actual permanent photos. What the heck? Tape isn't playing nice now. I didn't disparage any tape. Maybe it's defending the pencil? Okay. So I am going to put this about midway on the page, and I'm going to go about 3/4 of an inch from that side. And maybe it's slightly more towards the top. So this is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so that you would put a 6 by 4 picture right on there. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the other 2 smaller ones. And I am going to put this brown one, I'm going to center it top to bottom between the bottom of this strip and the bottom of the page. And then I'm going to use that same spacing to the right, so it's symmetrical on 3 sides. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to center it top to bottom in this space and then use the same spacing to the right. And we've got a nice little cluster here for 3 photographs. I didn't want to cover up all my deer here. I cover up this paper because I love the deer on this paper. So that's why I didn't put a ton of photos on there. And we're going to put some embellishments over here, but I'm going to decorate the other page first. Look, I actually made a little note to myself so I'd remember. Why I only made one, I don't know, because there's probably 45 other things I need to remember. But you know, do what you can. All right, so again, we're going to put this green, this light green sage paper at the top. And if for some reason you mixed up top and bottom of those, on the other page, you would just go ahead and do the same thing on this page as you did on the top page. And now I'm going to put it upside down so I can actually see the edge that I'm placing it on, but it should be at the top. And like I said, all the bows are facing one direction, which at first I was like, oh, well, the pine cones go all different directions, so it doesn't matter. But if you look at the bows and the jingle bells, it does have a right and wrong direction. Not that I think if you put it on the wrong way, anybody would really notice, but the pencil would notice. So I'm going to put the holly. Trying to decide. I don't know. They're holly are kind of going all directions, but the other leaves are going different directions. So I don't know which way is the right way and the wrong way. Whoops. There you go. And now we're going to put the long zip strip. I know upside down bows are probably not the Alabama way. And I didn't say this before, but I mean, if you wanted to line it with one edge of the paper or the other, you could do that. But I'm just kind of putting it centered over both the edges. Okay, so these are going to go 3/4 of an inch in from the side. That is what my note says. And again, I'm going to put this brown one in centered, and then I'm going to space the two green ones evenly above and below it. And if you wanted to measure your 3/4 of an inch, you can do that. Mine was pretty good. No, actually, I want to put the center one down first. The other thing is, if you had a centering ruler or you want to book on your ruler, I mean, my ruler is 12.5 inches, so you got to account for that that extra 1/2 inch. So this is my center here at 6 inches. And if you had a centering ruler, you would see a 0 at this point, and then you can, put the halfway point at center. Basically, you're looking at the same points on either side of center. Never really used one, but you can do it on a regular ruler too if you're good with measurements. Sometimes it just makes it more confusing if you're not good with measurements. But, I'm just going to put it centered in the space that's left. Because I like the easier way. There we go. And then, so these are all 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, so they're for 4 by 3 pictures. And this one is for a 4 by 6 picture. And I'm going to put it up here, and again, centered between the edge of the paper and the edge of these photo mats, but way more up to the top. Way more. Is that accurate enough for you? How about closer to the top than the bottom? Okay, so now I'm going to put a bunch of stickers on, and I'm going to create a little greens cluster here on the bottom. And so this is the like this long evergreen sticker. and I'm going to put it down first. And then I've got this lighter colored branch. And this darker branch, brighter green branch with a little kind of white poofy things, circly things. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be berries or flowers or what. I think they're artist's representation of something. And then I've got this circle that says peace on earth, that I'm going to cover up the stems of the 3 branches with that. Stick those down good. And then I've got 3 little hearts. This is a slightly bigger one. And then these 2 smaller ones. Doesn't want to come off my finger. There we go. And then on this side, I'm going to place the comfort and joy. And they are actually 3 different stickers, not just one. I'm actually going to put the joy on first because I don't want to use up so much space. And I'm going to kind of tilt it here because this kind of looked like it was in an arch, and I like that idea. And then I can make sure it kind of all fits in that light green area. And then I'm also going to put this little heart sticker that was near it up here because that looked cute. And then I've got 3 holly leaves and medium green branch and a little pine cone. These are cute pine cones. Trying to decide which way I like it. Might have to go there. All right, there we go. Good enough. And there we go. Let me know when you guys are good. Yeah, put all my tools back between each layout, and then I take them all out again. Yeah, Kathy's pencil often rolls away. Maybe we should find her a square pencil. You still out there, Kathy? She probably has stickers all over her fingers and she can't type. See? I told you Kathy was being attacked by her supplies. Okay. So, got one more layout. Lots of pieces. Okay, so we'll do this one first. All right, so we're going to put this zip strip, the holly, on first. And I'm going to put it at the top. So again, I'm going to turn my paper around because it's easier for me. And it gets centered. But if you need help with the centering, it's 1.5 inches from each edge. So if you want to go ahead and use a ruler. Sometimes I find these long skinny pieces a little more challenging to work on if I have to balance a ruler too. So right along the edge at the top. Okay, and I'm not going to turn that back right side up because I'm going to put this piece on next. Adhesive on the red side so we can see the deer, and that should be the same width. So you're going to place it right up against the green strip, and it should be the same width. Does my screen look dark to you guys? I like Well, I have this dark corner over here. I guess it's because the light's on this side, but I don't know if that changed the thing. All right, so now we're going to put in two photo mats, and these are 4¼ inches by 4¼ inches for a 4x4 photo. And I'm going to put it in the bottom corner, and I'm going to go about 1 inch from the left side and 1 inch from the bottom. And it will overlap the deer paper just a slight bit. Sorry, I was hearing a weird noise in the background. I don't know what it is, but okay. And so the other piece I'm going to put up a little bit and about 1/2 inch from the right side, and it's going to be, let's see, let me get you a measurement here, about 4½ inches from the top. And again, it's so I don't cover up this cute paper, but if you don't mind covering up the deer, you can put more pictures on it. It's okay. I won't be offended. Scrapbooking is hard sometimes because we play with the paper because it's so pretty and we don't want to cover it up, and then we cover it up with pictures, and it's like, what do we want more? To see the paper? See the pictures? It's, you know, it's so hard. Okay, so on this page, move my photo mats. I'm going to put these on the right side of the page. So I'm going to start with my green zip strip. And I'm going to turn my page again. Put it right up against the right edge of the page. And then I'm going to put the strip of deer paper right next to it. Look, covering up all the red paper, Sharon. So you are the only red in your Christmas projects. All right, so this is going to go right against the zip strip. All right, so the photo mats, we've got 2 for 4x6 pictures, and we got 2 for 4x3 pictures. And this first one, 4x6, I'm going to put down towards the bottom, and I'm going to put it about 3/4 inch in from the left and up from the bottom. Don't put your adhesive on top of your good paper. Okay, and you're going to be about 3/8 of an inch away from the first one and then line up the bottom edges. And your first 4x3, you're going to put it again 3/8 of an inch, same spacing as here between these two. Line up the left edges, and then the last one goes in that spot, and you get to line up the edges with all the previous photo mounts to get that one in place. This one I actually put the adhesive on the, I'm not going to worry about it, on the lighter side so the darker side is showing. But once I put the photos on, I won't notice, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so you'll notice that these aren't centered. There's a little more space at the top than the bottom, and the reason I did that was because I have this sticker, this little tab sticker that says December 25th, and I'm going to put it right at the top there, and so I needed a little extra space. And that's the only sticker I put on that page for now. But on this page, I've got this little love. It's a little journaling spot, but it says love. And I'm going to put it over here, overlapping the deer paper, but not stuck on any deer. And then I've got this Noel, and these are individual letters too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the O, and I'm going to kind of place this here to see where the spacing is, and put it underneath here in the same space it would be on the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to do that with each of the letters. Whoops. The E has white sticker pieces in between the negative space here that stuck when I placed it down and I didn't notice. So I'm just kind of trying to peel it back up and get those out. Hopefully you didn't stick yours down as quickly as I did and you noticed that, or you're seeing what I'm doing and you can fix that. All right, so again, just kind of lining up the sticker sheet. I'm using that for the same kind of, to keep my spacing for, I don't really need it for the last one, but if you have trouble with spacing, that's one way to do it. Whoops. And then I've got this banner that says Good Tidings of, that I'm going to put above the Noel, and I'm going to shift it a little bit to the left. And I've got this little deer. and a couple of hearts. This one is a little bigger, and this one's a little smaller. And believe it or not, that's it. See, those are pretty easy. It was quick, but I think they're beautiful. And then I still have a bunch more stickers here that I didn't use, that I'll probably put on after I put the pictures on. See, things like this that, I might want to put them next to a specific picture. So I figured I wouldn't put them on right away, and I'd wait and see. And then there was like these that are the photo corners. So if there was like a special picture that you wanted to highlight, or especially what was this one with this one, once I put the picture on, then I might want to put the photo corners on to highlight that picture. And if you needed another page, there are a couple of pieces left that you can probably use to squeak out another layout or a single page if you needed to. And some more stickers so you can decorate some more after the fact. Well, I wish I could say I was surprised, Sharon, but you know. And I mean, these are Christmassy, but the deer and the holly, I mean, it really could just be wintry too, or outdoorsy. Excuse me, but if you left off the Noel and the December 25th, they don't necessarily have to be Christmas pictures, or they might look good with, gingerbread houses. I always need my pages for gingerbread houses. Let me look for you, Kathy. Trying to get out the right catalog. The computer is kind of balanced on top of it. Let me see. So this is the scrapbook set, and it has the paper pack plus the sticker sheet. It has 6 sheets of cardstock in French vanilla, Harbor, White Daisy are the 3 colors. It comes with a couple of other embellishment sheets, the die cuts, and 4 page protectors. So you can get those page protectors. You don't have to. The kit with the page protectors is $38.95. The kit without the memory protectors is $33.95. And if you wanted to use them to make the pages that it comes with instructions to make, those are the 3 pages. So these two are kind of similar layouts to what we did, but different papers and different embellishments. This one is totally different though. But of course you could just use the supplies in there to make everything you want, anything you want. So without the memory protectors, the plastic page protectors, it's 34, and with them it's 39. They are, yes, there are die cuts. There's two pieces of pattern paper, which I think is this black that kind of, it looks kind of like chalkboard. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's black with kind of, it looks like chalkboard. So there's two of those, and then there's 4 sheets of die cuts. And then, so if you can see here, you've got this one that's got the big tree, and it's got a bunch of holly and these tags that are used up. Is that where they're used? No, apparently not. Oh, they're used on this page. But there's some tags, and then I don't know, you can't see them all, but there's 4 sheets of them, and a lot of these, whatever embellishments you see on these pages that aren't on your sticker sheet, I imagine those are the die cut shapes. I didn't actually order the scrapbook kit myself, so I don't have one to show you. It's $31, Sharon. Okay, Kathy, I'll see if I can get it for you. Did you want the protectors or without the protectors? No protectors. Okay. That includes the shipping, Sharon. The shipping, I divided it amongst the several layout kits I sent you. So, which is why I like to send a bunch of them all at once if I can. All right. Are there any other questions? Yeah, definitely interest, Kathy. The outrage surcharge. Does it count, or does it cost a lot more to ship outrage? I hope I can get some free. All right, guys, if there's nothing else, I guess I will sign off and I will see you online next week. Hope you like your layouts. I can't believe it's time to do Christmas stuff, but apparently the calendar keeps turning. The zoo was good yesterday, Kathy. We had fun. It was a beautiful day for it. Love you too. See you later.